Hello and welcome to Brew and Banter. How does it feel to be on my podcast?
Thank you so much, Rashi. I'm feeling on top of the world and it's so great to see you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. So today for today's podcast, we have Mamta Maheshwari, who is the founder of Girima Creations. And this name is a combination of both your daughters' names, Girisha and Mahika.
Absolutely.
And your business primarily focuses on handcrafted products. So you have skilled artisans who make these products like rangolis, saris, varmalas, and a lot more. We'll talk about that going forward. But in today's episode, I would like to talk a lot about traditional craftsmanship, because in India we are primarily known for traditional craftsmanship, right? Since time immemorial, India has been known for all of this, and the fact that even today you sort of stay true to that and true to all of those things, that's really good, and I would like to sort of dwell a lot into that through this podcast. So now you started this business back in 2012, right?
Right.
Now let's go to the very beginning and start from that idea that you got. How did you get this idea and why did you actually start this business, and especially in this line?
So basically, my sister-in-law had come over to Mumbai and then we had gone to the market. We picked up few articles, randomly we picked up few articles like rubber, pencils and things like that, and then we came back home and then I told my sister-in-law, let's make Rakhi out of this.
Okay.
So she helped me out making those Rakhis, and next few days my friends had come over and something clicked inside me and I sold them those Rakhis and they were so glad that I was actually out of stock.
Oh, okay.
So at that very moment I decided that I'll start with the business, and since I had two young daughters, so I thought it will be easier for me to manage the business as well as to look after my daughters. And that was the day it clicked and I started my business.
Yeah, that's so good. But as women, you're expected to obviously look after your household, and at the same time you might also have your own aspirations, but very naturally in our society women are expected to take care of the household and be responsible for the household. Now when you start a business, and obviously starting a business has its uncertainties, ups and downs, the pressure, so how were you able to manage that and juggle managing a household whilst also running your own business?
So in the initial days it was quite a lot of juggling. I used to look after my kids, send them school, and then after the school I had some free time. During those free time I used to make something or the other. I used to create something or the other. So it was not on a large scale, but yes, I used to give 3 to 4 hours daily. And since I was alone at home, I had that much time, space that I could manage.
Okay.
And I started with it, and since I got a very good response in selling, so I thought that I'm going to become a great businesswoman, and I decided that moment
That you want to start this?
Yeah, I always wanted to earn money. So this was the best thing, that I could look after my kids as well as do my business, as well as look after my house.
Yeah, right. So as a woman, how important do you think financial stability is as a woman to maybe have your own source of income?
It's just that I never wanted to demand anything from my husband or my parents. So there was always a need or the urge inside me that I should earn. And for me, looking after the kids, looking after the house, this was the best opportunity. So, and financial stability is really very important for all the females, because वो अपने husband से मांगना, अपने parents से मांगना, that guilt देता है वो आपको.
Correct.
So to evade that guilt, you need to work.
Yeah.
And for females, I think business is the best option. You can look after everything and you can earn at your own in your own ways, at your convenience.
Yeah, correct. You've actually spoken what a lot of women might be able to probably relate to. But now let's talk a little bit about your products. So what kind of products do you all primarily make and sort of cater to what kind of audience?
So mostly I deal with event planners. Event planners, again, wedding is a very huge market in India. I think it's one of the largest market in India. So I primarily cater to event planners. Their requirements are basically varmalas, swagat items. Nowadays people want to show off, they want to present themselves in a very wide way. So the event planners, they look after their needs, and they come to me and I supply them.
So it's primarily event planners.
It's 6 months, it's the event planners, and 6 months is the festive, it's the occasions, festivals. Like as in India, there are so many festivals. So the largest festival is Diwali, and then it's the Rakhi. And both the times where people want to spend a lot. And I create designs and I cater to them.
Okay, so when you started, like today we have Instagram, right? We have social media, and it's a lot easier to promote your products and services. Starting a business or a venture, it's a lot more easy. But back in the day, 12, 13 years ago, a decade ago, that was not the case. So how did you primarily start and promote your business and get clients?
So when I started, Facebook was there. I started promoting myself Facebook in the Facebook. So at that time, Facebook में paid promotion नहीं था. तो there were many such groups. I used to promote myself. I used to actually post in each and every group of Facebook. And then through Facebook and through society, where I used to stay there, it was a huge society of around 600-700 flats. तो वहाँ पे word of mouth से I got that promotion. Like people approach you, आप जो product दे रहे हो उसके appreciation में आपके पास लोग आते हैं and फिर वो order place करते हैं. तो quality assurance was one of the factor. And this way people came to me because of my quality and my service.
Yeah, and that just obviously has grown.
That has grown in the years.
Yeah, and has the way of promotion definitely changed now over the years? Because I think now because of Instagram,
because of Instagram, nowadays people are willing to buy more on through the social platform rather than visiting the shops and all. So for me, we need to be completely updated in Instagram. And it's all Instagram. And there were many more supplies to shops also. So I used to visit various shops. I used to show them my samples. And through that I used to get orders as well.
Okay, but now because of Instagram, that has definitely grown, right? So has Instagram maybe upped your orders a lot?
Yeah. So Instagram has actually helped me in the growth of my business. In fact, 80% credit I'll give it to Instagram only, and rest it's word of mouth.
Correct.
And because of the quality, because of the services, people are एक से दूसरे से तीसरा connect होता जाता है, and then they start connecting you.
Correct.
Yeah.
But because your products are handcrafted and all handmade, the process can be a lot slower, right? So how do you manage the demands of the clients while making sure that you are able to provide the services in a timely manner, but also stay true to the authenticity of your brand?
So the major thing is that I keep a stock of raw material. So basically, if you have a proper supply of raw material, so your supply will be always good. Since I have that many staffs, that many helpers, they are completely trained, and if there is a supply of proper raw material, you'll be able to supply it to all your customers at a very proper time.
But when it comes to today's day and age, there are modern designs, and our generation, it's growing at a speed of light, right? Everything is ever changing because of Instagram. There are new trends, new designs. So do you keep researching the market and understanding what are the latest designs, and then maybe cater the same to your customers and your clients?
Absolutely. I keep on searching, looking at the market. I keep on talking with the people. I keep on understanding their requirement. So if it's within my reach, I definitely create something new. I always try to create something traditional with the present time.
Correct, like a modern twist.
Modern twist.
Yeah.
People want me to create something new, the combination of modern with tradition.
Correct. Now, can you tell the audience one business advice or a tip or a life tip that someone gave you back in the day when you started that kept you going through this journey?
So the main person, my father and my husband, both of them pushed me a lot. They kept on saying, after looking into my creativity, they told me that you should use your creativity and we are there to stand and support you. So both of them really pushed me hard until date. My father and my husband, my father is looking after my raw material supplies and my husband is looking after my finances.
Okay.
So the major support I'm getting, it's from them.
Now, how important is that support? Because I'm pretty sure having the right kind of people around you changes everything, right? You said your father, your husband, and I'm pretty sure your other family members and friends must be incredibly supportive. Does that support change things for you? Because, at the back of your mind, maybe that stress of people not supporting you is not there, right? In your case.
So basically the major reason of my growth is my father, my husband, and then my daughter. So all three of them, they are the pillars of my life, my pillars of Garima Creations.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine my work without any three of them. Because of them, I have been able to grow so much. I have been able to create so many designs. I have been able to source so many raw materials. And because of the continuous flow of money also, I could win the trust of my vendors as well, my suppliers as well. And my daughter, she is into completely social media, so lot of orders that I'm getting is from social media, and it is because of my daughter.
Correct.
Because she is just one step away from any query.
Right.
So people can connect her anytime and she's always available quickly.
Yeah, right. When we were coming and we were standing outside, you were talking about destiny.
Yeah.
So, do you think destiny and all of these things play a huge part in any person's growth or success?
Absolutely. In my case, I can talk about myself. See, it was destiny that it was just a random call. I just, me and my sister-in-law just decided, and we made some few certain things which was just, it was just a basic thing, basic Rakhi that we had made.
Yeah.
But it was the destiny. It was the destiny who called my friends at my place. They took, bought everything.
Yeah.
They purchased everything. And that day I was completely stocked out with hundreds of Rakhis. So that gave me a boost. So everything, I think it's interrelated. Your destiny, your effort, and my pillars. I never knew that my father, he's going to help me out in sourcing my raw materials. I knew my husband is going to help me out in finances, but sourcing of raw material is very difficult. So it's the destiny. He was able to source it and I was able to make it. And my daughter, all of a sudden she decided one fine day, one fine afternoon, she tells me, Mama, I want to join Garima Creations. So it is all destiny, I think. I kept on pushing her for 2 years, but she was not willing to join.
Yeah.
And just a day, just in an hour, she told me that I want to join.
Yeah.
So it's all destiny.
Correct.
And your hard work.
Yeah, right. You said that your daughter has joined your business, and for the last almost 1 year, she's been working with you. How has that changed your life and your way of maybe doing your business and all of those things?
So nowadays, I'm very cool, calm, compassionate about my work.
Yeah.
I am doing it. I am able to give time to myself. You can see the glow on my face. It is because of her. With her presence, I am able to cater to more and more of people. We are able to connect to many other countries as well.
Okay.
Since people nowadays want everything at their doorstep without moving out.
Correct.
So I needed some type of support wherein the family member could come over and look after these major requirements. So it's equal manpower that I have got.
Correct. Yeah.
She is at par with me.
So now let's talk about the entire process, right? Right from the procurement to the production and then eventually the distribution. How does that go on when it comes to your business?
So I procure raw material from various cities of India, and then once I get those raw material, I create something out of it, whether it's mala, whether it's toran, bandarwal, and such other creative things. And I create those designs. Then I sit with my helpers. I tell them either I make the design for them, I do the stitching part or pasting part, whatever is required, I do it for them, or else I can always tell them to do it for me. And then I post it on my Instagram, I post it on YouTube, I post it on Facebook, then I circulate in my society group as well, and then I start getting orders.
Yeah, and then the
Entire process.
So when it comes to your employees, your artisans, do you actually have certain times wherein you sit with them and train them for all of this?
Absolutely. Till last year, I was sitting with them throughout the day, just to train them, just to see the finish of the work. It should be absolutely, since the products are expensive and it's completely handmade. I used to look after each and everything, so that not a single thread is coming out of the product. So throughout the day, I used to see the production. I used to see that whether the things have been done properly or not. And now the girls are completely trained. Still I sit with them almost half the day with them. Still I create the designs, and I look after the finishing part. I do look after the finishing part.
And all your employees are women, you know, it's a fully women-led business.
Absolutely.
How important is having women be a part of your business for you?
See, that has actually, you won't believe, that has actually raised their confidence. Now these female workers, they want to work more and more so that they can earn.
Yeah, right.
And with this earning, they are able to actually meet their own needs, meet their own requirement. They are self-made. Now they always tell me that now we are self-made. We don't have to ask our husband or our father for our expenses.
Yeah, right.
And this has given them this zeal, passion to earn more and more.
Correct.
You can see the glow on their face. They are so happy and content with their life.
So through your business, other people are also able to, have financial stability, especially women.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like one of the helpers, her father is not there. She is looking after her family through her job, with whatever salary she's getting. One worker, she doesn't have a husband. Again, she's meeting her needs and requirement through this job. In the similar ways, someone or the other has some or the other problem. And they're very glad that they are attached with Garima Creations, and they are able to meet their own requirements, the need of the family, and they are able to look after their children. Since I have, Garima Creations has kept that flexibility of the timings as well, as per their schedule.
Okay. So how are you able to manage that, because these ladies might have to also go back home, have to look after their homes. So how are you able to sort of balance that in a way that, they're able to earn a good amount of money, yet give a good amount of time to your business? So
I have a timetable. I have a sheet wherein they have to work 8 to 9 hours every day. So that sheet, once they enter, they are supposed to fill that sheet, and before leaving they are supposed to put their timings, log out time. That way they themselves calculate that आज का 8 to 9 hours हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है. So I don't need to tell them now. They are so friendly, they are so helpful, and they take it this way that Garima Creations is there. So they are able to cater all the requirements and finish to their deadlines.
Okay. So now with your brand, of course, authenticity must be a huge part, right? So while also making sure that you're catering to these new designs, how do you make sure that your products are extremely authentic?
Yeah. So basically my more focus is on maintaining the roots of our Indian tradition. So I don't believe in that type of modernization because, and as such, Indians are more happier to buy the traditional product rather than buying the modern ones.
Yeah.
So in my work, you'll get to see more of the traditional work as compared to modernization. But yet, there are few customers that I can say out of 100, 20% are such customers who are looking for modernization. So I create something, pastels, some sort of unique patches, which is not traditional, which is very modern. So I create those and I make it and I supply it to them.
Okay. So, sometimes what might happen is that your ideas can be a little different from what the customer wants. Like the customer's ideas might not be maybe at par with your idea of how a product should look like. So, how are you able to sort of balance their needs and also your thought and come to a middle ground?
See, I try to explain them that this is the design that I'm going to provide you. Still, if you are insisting, then let me hear your design. They're going to tell me whatever design, whatever changes they want, I do it accordingly. And then if they're going to ask me that whether I'm liking that design or not, if I'm not liking it, I say them clearly that I'm not liking this design. Still, if you want me to make it, I'll make it for you. I have no issues. So it's half of the time the customer says that no, since you are not liking, we are not going to process this. Whatever you say, we are going to do it. And rest of the other half, they say no, we are liking this design, you make it for us. I gladly make it for them because ultimately my motto is satisfaction of the customer. And customer is God.
Correct, right. And how have you been able to build that trust in your customers? Because to run a business for 10 plus years, right, you have to build that trust that the clients keep on coming again and again, right? How have you been able to build that trust and what has been your main motto to do so?
My main motto till date is customer satisfaction and customer service. And regarding the trust, if you're going to talk about, so trust is like I always video call them, I show them the product. Since I make the samples, at times I send them the sample, and once they are confident, I provide them, I supply them. And it's nowadays people do have trust issues, so I ask them, I always tell them, you can video call me and you can see the products. And they're very glad to see on video call, or either they come down to our store, the studio, and they can see it themselves and they can order me at that very moment. And basically I have grown, Girima Creations has grown because through the word of mouth. So that way I was able to build the trust. Ek se dusra, dusra se teesra, teesra se chautha. It is all word of mouth.
Correct. And today there's a lot of mass-produced items that are there in the market, bigger brands, websites and everything. But the one thing I feel with those brands is that the designs might be the same, right? Then they might not necessarily customize their designs or certain products. But when it comes to you, when it comes to brands like yours that are rooted in handcrafted products, you are able to customize better when it comes to the clients.
Absolutely.
How important is that for you, and how do you think in maybe other ways your brand or in general brands that focus on handcrafted products are different from maybe more mass produced brands?
So it is it all depends on what you are sourcing. If you are able to source a correct product, your uniqueness, your creativity is going to come out very well. And if you're talking about mass production, since this is a handmade article, mass production is not possible in this case. And it's not a machine made product, so I take the orders as per whatever capacity I have. Even if I want to scale up my capacity, I need to check the further requirements of the people, because market trend keeps on changing every year. So I follow the pattern, I follow the trend, and I don't follow the trend every year. I mean, I follow the trend but not the pattern actually. So mass production in this case is not possible.
So when it comes to your brand, how are you able to make sure that your designs are unique and different from, say, other brands in the market?
I feel my sourcing of the raw material is very good.
Okay.
I have the suppliers, the karigars of my particular design, and there are certain designs which are created by me only.
Okay.
So obviously my product will be it is unique from others,
right.
since it is created from my own end.
Correct.
And I have particular karigars who are very skillful, who are very trained, and their thread work is so good, so लाजवाब जिसको बोलते हैं, उनका हाथ का काम इतना excellent है.
So skilled artisans are extremely important.
Are extremely important.
Yeah.
Because it's completely handwork. एक धागा इधर से उधर नहीं होना चाहिए. Otherwise, we'll get to see the line, and then the complaint starts.
Right. From whatever you're saying, I've understood that suppliers play a huge role.
It's a huge role. It's a major role.
Yeah.
If you get a proper supply of raw material with perfect finish, half of your work is sorted, and rest it's your creativity.
Correct. And traditional craftsmanship, handcrafted products, again, has been a huge part of India. Since the very beginning, India has been known for all of this. To this day, there are businesses that cater to it, just like yours. How important is it to not just keep the economy going, but also to keep our culture alive?
So when I started this business, in one corner of my mind, it was like I wanted to continue the cultural growth of India. And I knew through this, through these handwork, through hand articles, hand created articles, I can actually maintain the cultural growth, and I'm able to do it. I'm able to pick the products from my karigars who have learned from their forefathers.
Okay.
एंड ये नॉर्मल वीविंग नहीं है कि कोई भी हम लोग कर लेंगे. ये पर्टिकुलरली ट्रेंड आर्टिसंस हैं जो अपने पेरेंट्स, अपने ग्रैंडफादर्स से सीख के इसको प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. तो ऑटोमेटिकली एक कल्चरल ग्रोथ तो होता ही जा रहा है, क्योंकि इंडियन इज अ रूट ऑफ कल्चर.
करेक्ट.
So people still love buying these articles to maintain their cultural activity.
Correct. So when you are making these products, you're sourcing them, what is the most difficult and what takes the most amount of time to get produced?
So it is Bandarwal takes lot of time.
Okay.
To make a Bandarwal, एक proper placement, the proper placement of the patches should be perfect. Otherwise, it is going to completely spoil your base. So, but since all my helpers are completely trained now, I rarely have this issue. And the placement should be perfect. Otherwise, it is of no use. You can't sell it to anyone.
And when you did start the business many years ago, you might have faced certain challenges, certain difficulties for sure. And of course, with time, maybe it reduces. But back then, what was the biggest challenge that you faced in your business and also to scale it?
Biggest challenge was कि उस टाइम इतना पैसा नहीं था कि I could hire someone, and मतलब I used to make it myself, because laborers रखना मतलब you'll have to pay them, and इतना पैसा नहीं है कि you are investing in your business also, in your raw materials, and then you are keeping a helper and paying them also. So that was very time consuming. I used to work day and night. I used to look after my kids, my house, my family, everything. But then once I got this confidence, this trust that I'll be able to earn, I'll be able to sell my products, I started keeping laborers. And this way I overcome all the challenges.
And since today your daughter has joined business and she is a Gen Z, right? And obviously there is a very different mindset in your generation, our generation. Mindset and way of thinking is completely different. What is one place in which you think that she is maybe better, her mindset is better, and one in which you think that your generation thinks better?
So in the Gen Z generation, I'll say that they are very focused and they know how to handle social media very well, which my generation doesn't know. Absolutely. So, and through social media, I'm able to get orders,
Correct.
and my major sale is through social media. So all credit goes to her for selling the products.
Yeah.
And in my case, since I am rooted to more of the tradition, so I have that knowledge of maintaining the tradition. I know the roots of India. कि
Correct.
आज भी क्या culture में हमारे क्या है,
Yeah.
which today's Gen Z
Might
doesn't
not
know.
Yeah.
So I'm able to maintain the tradition, and she is able to maintain social media selling.
Yeah, so the tradition was and the modernity, so both gets intermingled.
Yeah.
And do you all ever have a tiff कि अरे she wants something and you think completely different?
Yeah, we do have. We fight almost every day because I'm the early one. I want everything jaldi ho jaye, fatafat ho jaye, khatam ho jaye, and she's like, "Ki Mama, full day is there. We'll wait till the day end." So major struggle is there, and I want her to create the design, but she's more keen towards social media. So it's actually a good one. She is looking after the selling part, and I am looking after the production, designing, creativity.
Correct. So it's a good teamwork.
Yeah, it's absolutely a teamwork.
Yeah. You have also provided your products to Kumar Mangalam Birla, right? And that is a huge deal for any person, any business. Tell the audience how your entire experience was, and even I actually want to know from you how the experience was like.
So when I got a call from Mr. Birla's office, I was shocked. I read that sentence say around 5 to 6 times, and I couldn't believe that.
Right.
I thought that it's a fake message. Then later on, I kept on reading. Then I thought of calling. I called Mr. Birla's secretary. He said, "No, madam, you need to come over today and you need to give a presentation."
Yeah.
I asked him the address of Mr. Birla, and he gave me the correct address, and I actually searched in Google and I saw both the address are the same. So the person was not the fraud.
Yeah.
So within 3 hours, I boosted up myself and I was ready to give the presentation, because again I said it's the destiny, it's the opportunity that God has given me. And I was in no way to lose this opportunity.
Correct.
I quickly geared myself. I went to his place, I gave him a proper presentation. It was just a pinch of moment for me.
Yeah, right.
And things went, with all his support, things went very smoothly.
Yeah. And how was his family and everybody? How were they welcoming? Were they nice?
Absolutely. I mean, I felt that they are just like us. They are just like a common people.
Yeah.
And they were far way above my expectation. The way Mr. Birla approached, and he made us all comfortable. And he was very quick in taking decisions, whatever designs he was looking for, and he quickly placed me the order.
Yeah.
So he did not hold me for long.
Correct.
And his warmth actually eased me out, and I was able to stand confidently in front of him.
Yeah, right. And as you said, he was able to make decisions very fast. And I think being decisive is a very huge thing when it comes to an entrepreneur, right? You have to be decisive to be able to take decisions
Yeah.
quickly. Does that play a huge part in your business as well?
So in my case, I'll say that the decision is of the customer.
Okay.
I create the designs, and then it is the decision of the customer whether they are willing to buy it or not. If they are liking the design, they are going to buy. Otherwise, they are going to. I'm going to lose my customer.
Right.
So in my case, the decision lies
With the
customer.
You also said that you have certain international customers, right? How have you been able to reach the international market as well? And what is one way in which maybe the audience watching who wants to get into the same business or is in this business can tap into that?
So it is basically through social media, through Facebook, through Instagram, through LinkedIn. I keep on posting, and people connect me through these medias only. And this is the way that you can connect to international market. There is no other way. Till date, even if it's there, I am not aware of it.
Correct.
So, and again through word of mouth, there are many people who from India who suggest their families, their friends, their relatives over there that you can buy from Girima Creations, and this is the way they approach me. This is also one of the reasons.
Right. And there might be a few products, I think as we discussed, that you might not necessarily like the idea of it. Was there any weird design that you might have not really liked, but you still had to do it because it was the client's request?
Yeah, this happens almost. I mean, 2-3 महीने में एक बार तो ऐसा ही होता है कि I'm not liking the design, but still the client is insisting कि नहीं, I want
This design.
this particular hathi, this particular ghoda. I want this. You'll have to paste it. I quickly close my eyes and I ask my helpers to arrange it and show it to the client, and just do it whatever they want.
Yeah. Right.
And they do it for me.
Correct. And what was one of the best sort of projects or products that you worked on that you felt the entire journey went extremely well?
So there is one particular Bandarwal or Toran, as you say. Through that Toran, I connected through Mr. Birla. I connected with Anuradha Podwal.
Okay.
And probably Rashi, I've connected to you because of that Bandarwal only. So that Bandarwal got viral, and that was one of the most finest design and one of the most expensive design. That Bandarwal really got viral, and many people, I got endless orders of those of that particular design.
Yeah, that's so nice. And as you said, your daughter, your husband, and your father have been huge pillars for you, right? But beyond them, your family also might be a huge support, and I know that they do also come and help you out, right? So how does that change things for you? You know, because when you have family come in and help you, it might just ease a lot of pressure.
Absolutely. So last year when I got the order from Mr. Birla, I called upon my sister-in-law. Both my sister-in-law had come over, and we had a blast. We used to work throughout the day, almost half of the night, and it was real fun executing the order. In spite of so much pressure, we used to have so much of fun.
Yeah.
And even they were enjoying a lot, and now it's such that even they are trained, and now we are prepared for any type of huge orders. We are just waiting that we'll get a dhamaka wala order.
So within your family only you have lots of people who can come and help
absolutely.
you out.
I have many family members who are ready to come over, help me, stand with me, and they have been coming over past 2-3 years to help me and support me.
Right. And has there been any advice that they have given you, your husband or your father or anyone around you has given you that you would like to share?
So my husband and my father, they always keep on advising me, maintain your accounts properly. You should know what you're earning. You should maintain your expenses, your profit, your losses, everything you should be aware of, and which I am lacking. So, but now since my daughter has joined, she is able to keep a track of these things, and hopefully in few months I'll be able to handle this aspect as well.
Yeah. So as you said, maybe accounts is not your forte. So what do you think is your biggest strength and one thing that you lack?
My weakness is I am unable to maintain accounts. I don't know what is my profit, what is my loss. So I am clearly unaware of it, and my forte is my design.
Okay.
I can create any type of design anytime. I love making designs, and my designs give me energy. Even if I'm feeling low, once I create any design, and that design gives me the boost, the morale to rise and create one more. I'm ready for the other one.
Yeah. So there's a lot of focus on creativity, right? And creativity is something that I feel you can't learn. You naturally have it, and you can obviously like build on it.
Absolutely.
When did you first realize that you have that creative spurt in you and you are a very creative person?
So I did my graduation, and then I was always keen in earning. I somehow learned block printing, and I put up with an an exhibition at my mom's place only. Again, at that time also I got a very good response. All my stock was sold out. So that day, I think I had decided that time only that I will be doing creative work in the near future. Being I belong to a Marwari family, so I got married early.
Early, yeah.
And I did not get that opportunity to start a business. And later on, when my daughters grew up, I got the opportunity and I started with it.
You think grabbing opportunities at the right place at the right time is incredibly important?
Absolutely, you should know when the opportunity is coming to you, and you should be quick enough to grab it. बस पकड़ लो, एक बार पकड़ लिया तो वो आपका साथ नहीं छोड़ेगा.
Correct, right. And you said you learned block printing and everything. So have you yourself also maybe done workshops or trained yourself in different aspects?
No, this is basically creative. Again, this is a creative field. I used to see block printers sitting in one of the corners of Bengal in Kolkata. So I saw them making designs, and then I started creating my own designs, and this is the way I learned block printing, and I started working. Then it was a freehand painting, which again I did it on my own. So I got a very good response of freehand painting also, which I did almost 30 years ago, and my mom still has that first painting of mine.
Your business helps sustain, many people's livelihoods, artisans' livelihoods. How important is that to you, and how important does traditional craftsmanship play in your life? You already said that one of your ideas was to keep the culture alive. And to the audience watching, dwell a little bit into that, because this can also then make other people understand the importance of it, and new people can probably join similar businesses.
Absolutely. So there are certain workers who know only these type of work only. So these karigars, they know how to do the thread part. They know how to do the Zardozi part. They don't know any other work.
Okay.
So to keep their livelihood going on, this is one of the best opportunity for them to continue their traditional and cultural way of Zardozi work, and to supply it to people like us. So that keeps on going on their livelihood. It helps them to earn. And again, being supporting the female workers, they are, since they have joined Garima Creations, they are able to look after their family, their kids. And we are able to manage somehow. It's so they know their deadlines, and if they have some priority, if they have some family issues, they can always go back to their home. They can complete their work. They can feed their child or whatever. Whatever essential requirement is there, they can do it, and then they can come back to me, and then again finish their deadline and go back home. So this way we support each other. We support karigars. Karigars support me. My girls support me, and I'm supporting them. So it's a circle. All of us are dependent on each other.
Right. So no matter how modern our technology becomes, it can never match this traditional skill, right? The handcrafted skills of these artisans.
You'll get to see a difference between the machine-made product and the handwork. So handwork जितना उभरा हुआ रहता है, जितना ऊंचा उठा हुआ रहता है, मशीन में वो सारी चीज़ें फ्लैट रहती है. तो जो उभरी हुई चीज़ें रहती है वो आपकी आंखों को दिखती है, लेकिन जो फ्लैट रहती है वो आपको ऐसे लगता है कि प्रिंट है. बट इफ इट्स अ हैंडमेड तो एक फ्लफीनेस रहती है, एंड दैट एक्चुअली दैट इज अ क्लिंकिंग पार्ट जो आपको ऐसे लगता है कि yes, I need to buy this because this is something different.
It's more rich, you think? Rich, the way it looks?
Yeah, because of the fluffiness, it gives richness.
Okay, right.
So all the handwork has that fluffiness, the fullness.
Right. So machine-made products might sometimes be faster, but it can never match to these.
No, in machine if you buy a machine-made product, now you'll get to see कि ऐसे आपको लगेगा कि ये printed है.
Okay, right.
But in our case, you'll easily come to know that no, this is handmade.
Right.
It is a labor-intensive, labor-intricate work.
Correct. Do you think because it is a labor intricate work and so many people are spending so many hours, handmade products might sell at a more expensive price?
So yes, the handmade products are always expensive as compared to the machine made products, and people are willing to spend.
Okay.
Because people know the difference between the machine made one and the karigar handmade products.
Okay.
So handmade products are always expensive, and Indians are readily they are ready to spend. They want to look at the best. This is the best part of the Indians.
Yeah.
कि उनको खर्चा करने में कोई problem नहीं है.
हाँ.
They want to maintain the rich cultural heritage of India.
Right. And there might be, and there are of course other brands that are into similar products like yours. How do you think you are able to maybe compete with them and differentiate yourself from them? What is one factor and one way in which you make sure that you up your business so that you are able to do better than your competitors?
So first of all, I provide them with a complete finished product. Even if they have any sort of issue, I make it a point that I am looking after the issues, I am resolving them. Complaint, I want to keep away from any complaint. So the end products are always actually checked by myself, by my daughter, by my laborers, and then it is sent to the customer. So, but since it's a handmade article, so I do get complaints, it's not that. And I do try to resolve them and rectify them on my end at my cost. So basically it is the customer satisfaction that is the most important thing.
Correct. And as you said, customer satisfaction. Similarly, values might play a huge role, right, in your business, your core values. They must play a huge role. What are certain top values that you will never let go of when it comes to your business?
So the customer is God. Customer Bhagwan hai, and if the customer is happy, all your goals are achieved.
Yeah.
So the whole object of Garima Creations is कि satisfaction of the customer should be there. Otherwise, no point in working. So that is the motto, that is the goal, and because of the satisfaction of the customer, we are able to grow. Again, customer satisfaction say I am going to Garima Creations is going to spread. Garima Creations ka word of mouth say it will keep on spreading. So finished product, absolutely good, neat product. Packaging should be good. It should be it should reach safely to the customer. These are all goals and mottos which are important for sustainability.
And for example, sometimes if there's a mishap, something doesn't go your way, some problems happen, because in a business nothing can ever go simply. There might be uncertainties. Do you ever panic a lot, or are you fully level-headed and are able to deal with it calmly?
During the season time I do get panic, because कई बार होता है कि parcels exchange हो जाते हैं. तो that is the main problem during this festive, during the peak season, because इतने orders रहते हैं कि ये गड़बड़ तो होती ही है. So I do get panic, and customer also gets upset about this. I try to resolve it by sending them a new product, and I ask them to ship it back whenever it is convenient for them.
Correct.
So ये एक loss रहता है. And since it is completely looked after by humans, so human is made to make errors.
Yeah. But I think that is something that business might teach you, right? To constantly deal with uncertainties and grow from
We are always prepared for uncertainty. We are always prepared for छोटा से छोटा complaint कि एक thread यहाँ से क्यों निकल गया है.
But ऐसे होता है कि एकदम छोटे से complaints also you get?
We do get. There are few finicky clients who are very particular about the it should be absolutely clean. एक thread भी इधर से उधर नहीं होना चाहिए.
Correct.
तो yes, they also teach me कि since I'm charging them, I should see to it कि कहीं से कुछ भी निकला हुआ नहीं रहे.
Yeah, right. So if you could today start a business in maybe some other industry, some other field, what do you think that would be?
I think it would have been freelancing painting,
Okay.
freehand painting.
Okay.
I love painting. I love to draw and then paint. I would have drawn.
So something creative always.
It is always creative. Since my childhood, it has been always creative.
Right. And what would you say is been the one code, or in general, not for you, but in general, what is the one code for sort of cracking the market when it comes to any kind of handmade products?
You should know your customer very well. They are very important, and since your ultimate consumer is the customer, so you need to look after the requirement, meet their satisfaction.
Can you take us through how a day in your life as an entrepreneur, but at the same time also a homemaker, looks like?
So it's a juggling between cooking the food and then going to your workshop. And currently I have a cook, so nowadays I don't have to juggle with the cooking part. I am completely focused in my workshop, in my designing, in my selling part. And earlier it was lot of I was like a pendulum swinging between the home and the workshop. Somehow managed with that.
Correct. And does it ever become a challenge because all your products are made at home, right? Everyone comes at home, everything is assembled at your house. Is that ever a challenge, or you're able to manage it well?
If you are passionate about your work, nothing seems to be challenging for you. You should, if you love your work, everything seems to be smooth, easy. It's your baby. You're going to love your baby in any which ways.
Yeah.
And you are ready to accept all types of challenges in a very peaceful way.
So you think that loving what you do changes everything?
Everything. Your passion leads to reach the desired result. So you should love with whatever you are doing.
Correct.
You should love your work.
Right.
Even if you're cooking, you should love the cooking aspect. Whatever you're doing, if you're taking this interview of mine, you should love this work.
Yeah.
And if you want to achieve this, it's again the love that is going to help you to reach your goals and achieve your goals.
And you also mentioned something that in the initial days you had to work day in and day out, prepare all of these designs. You did not have any help. So during that time, did it ever happen that you had to maybe cut off on certain things? You would not be able to go out as much as you would like to, did you ever have to say no sometimes to your family members, your friends, in order to completely focus on your business at that time?
So my whole focus was my business and my family. So I couldn't create any friend circle. I couldn't move around so much in spite of my husband moving out, planning for abroad, and but my whole focus, I was glued to my business and my household activity. But I have no regrets for any of such things, because I have achieved whatever I wanted. Catering Mr. Birla, Anuradha Ji Podwal.
Yeah.
So this is all your dreams come true.
Correct.
So
if you could go back, you would never change anything?
No, I have no regrets. I have no guilt.
Correct.
I'm happy that my efforts, my struggle has paid me off, catering to such legendaries.
So this is something that I do with all the women or the girls that come on my podcast. It's a very fun segment. It's called Girl Let's Be Real. So quick questions, quick answers. Have you ever had late nights or early mornings in this journey?
Absolutely. So earlier days was like this only. I used to sleep less.
Yeah.
Get up early in the morning, finish household activities, and sit back to work. And again late nights to execute orders.
Correct. Work with a client you did not get along with.
Yeah, there were many. These type of clients keep on coming, and this is actually a challenge for you. But these challenges are really doable, and it is really funny.
Yeah, that might also, have that thrill also, not to do all of these things.
Yes.
Ever faced any kind of criticism? Has anyone ever told you anything that might not be very, very nice?
Yeah. Since it's a handmade work, at times होता है कि client को एकदम पसंद नहीं आ रहा है, तो वो लोग मुंह पे आपको बोल देंगे कि आपका काम बहुत गंदा है. I'm not going to suggest you to anyone.
Oh my
You
God.
have got a very bad work. So this is also one of the reason which has actually helped me in my success. I've taken it very positively, and I've improved in my working, in my work.
Yeah, but
So
has it
thanks
ever brought you down morale or anything? Has it ever disappointed
For that moment I feel very low, but then I take it very positively कि नहीं, इसको rectify करके इसको आगे I have to take it ahead. Since motto is again satisfaction of the customer.
Correct. But has there ever been criticism from your inner circle, your friends, known ones? Has it happened?
No.
Never.
I try and avoid selling it to my friends or my circles.
Okay.
Circle ones. I try and avoid.
Acha, okay. Do you prefer coffee, tea, or energy drinks?
I prefer green tea.
Green tea. Okay. What is your favorite way to rewind and relax after having a very tough day?
I love watching Netflix. So this OTT platform is the best one. You can see any type of shows,
Yeah.
and it's really a thrill, and that is one of the energy booster.
Yeah, and I know one thing for sure is that you're very up to date with all these shows.
Yeah, I'm completely up to date. I'm at par with the Gen Z.
Your generation is better at business, or is our generation better at business? What do you think?
See, abhi ka Gen Z's ka I can't comment because they are growing now. My generation is absolutely stunning in their work. They're very focused, and their motto was not earning. Their motto was कि family, friends के साथ जेल करें और उतना ही कमाएं जिससे we can maintain a balanced life.
Correct.
But let's see how these Gen Zs turn out.
Yeah. What is the worst advice anyone has ever given you?
I don't think anyone has given me any suggestion because I am that type of a person जिसने अपने आप को खड़ा किया है. I'm not going to listen to anyone.
And what is the worst part about running a business? Anything that you don't like, something that causes trouble to you?
These lows when you are not getting orders, and you don't know how to keep these fixed costs, to maintain these fixed costs, to ये salaries आपको देनी है, ये आपको vendors, suppliers को सब inflow आपके पास कम है, and expenses जो है सो है, you have to bear those expenses.
Correct.
So when the business is at a low point of the year, those days are very difficult. Those are very challenging and not easy to deal.
Correct. And what is the best part about running a business?
Best part is कि आज आपके पास करोड़ों का order है.
That is what
and
keeps you
you are minting money.
Okay. That is the end to your segment on my podcast. It was so nice to know your story, and obviously women in business, it is something that is incredibly inspiring, and I'm sure the audience watching is inspired. How did you like to be on my podcast and share your story?
Thank you so much, Rashi, for calling me, and I'm looking forward, and I wish you all the best for your future podcast. Abhi se I'll keep your autograph so that in next 10 years I can show people that see I have Rashi's autograph with me, and I was few of the initial ones जिसका podcast Rashi ने लिया.
So sweet of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All the best.